Hi, I've said over and over we're always on a commodity standard. I'm fed up with these people trying to sell us gold and silver and or promoting a book and or a movie telling us differently. They're successful businessmen and or media personalities, not economists. I'm not a professional economist either, but they don't teach gold and silver in business colleges anyway. I've thought and read and wrote about it since November 2010, and my conclusion is that it's an economic law that as long as gold and or other commodities are rare and sparsely consumed, they will tell us through marketplace price discovery, even when there is manipulation if a currency is being debased. And enough already about commodity standards stopping or slowing growth. That is only when governments go to the other extreme, create too little currency, and refuse to create more because commodities are fixed at certain prices and they're not going to print more even if the economy comes to a halt because the commodities must stay fixed at those prices. Right now, the commodity standard is floating like an untethered kite, going to the sky thanks to the Fed. In the past, central banks and governments have also sunk the prices of commodities with too little currency, either letting the prices float to above the trees or drowning them. These two extremes make no sense. The Chinese have the new world reserve currency, and they will learn to vary the amounts of currency as needed by the world economy. This is not rocket science. Too little inflation, then increase the amount of currency with lower interest rates. Too much inflation, then reduce the amount of currency with higher interest rates unless there is a giant debt bubble about to explode. This situation, the current one in the U.S., calls for declaration of bankruptcy like Iceland did. Actually, floating is the way to go sometimes, but the printing press must belong to sane people who can turn it on, turn it off, or put it in reverse and suck money out of circulation when needed. But right now, there's so many U.S. dollars out there and more on the way, a debt that can never be paid back because of its size. The only solution is for the U.S. to declare bankruptcy, devalue the dollar, and start all over again. But the U.S. will only submit to bankruptcy if China makes them do so in order to get credit, the life's blood for banksters. They'll figure the tap will stay on once it's turned on. Eh, wrong. The Chinese will turn it off at the first sign of dollar creation. This may lead to a military war, but unless the banksters push the button and everybody loses, the Chinese will prevail in a non-nuclear, non-biological, non-chemical war. They have superior wealth due to the smaller, compared to U.S., size of their debt and many more people, and they will arm themselves much more efficiently than the corrupt U.S. military-industrial complex can. Checkmate China, financially and militarily. Thank you.